To bisect an angle, you must use your protractor, a ruler, or a straight edge. The first step in bisecting an angle is to draw your angle. To do this, take your protractor and draw an angle along the bottom of the protractor's base. Next, pick any degree or measure that you would like your angle to be. I chose to make my angle a 30-degree measure. Once I've aligned my protractor to be 30 degrees, I draw the second line of my angle. Next, I label my points. The vertex of my angle is labeled B, the line above that is labeled A, and the baseline I label C. The next step in bisecting your angle is to take your compass and place it on your vertex. You can make your compass any length you choose, so long as it is reasonable. Once you place your compass on your vertex, which for me is point B, rotate your paper to create a minor arc along the angle. Then, with your pencil, mark the places of intersection, where the minor arc meets the angle. I labeled mine point E and point F. Now take your compass at the same length as the arc you made on your vertex B and place it on both points E and F and create the same minor arc. Once you've done this, you will have a new point of intersection between both other minor arcs. This point I labeled point D. The next step in bisecting your angle is to take your straight edge, which for me is my protractor, and place it along your angle. You want to have the protractor intersect both points B and points D. Then create a line that intersects both points. And that is how you bisect an angle.
How to copy an angle. First, you have to choose the angle you want to copy. I'm drawing a 45-degree angle and plotting 3 points on it, points A, B, and C. The first step to copying an angle is to draw a ray. I labeled mine ray DE. Then, you will choose a setting on your protractor and draw an arc centered at point B, which intersects ray BA and ray BC. Then, you will draw an arc with the same radius centered at point D. Then, on the arc you are copying, you will draw an arc centered at point G that goes through point F. Next, using the same arc that goes through points G and F, you will draw an arc centered at point H. Where this new arc intersects the previous arc, that is point J. The last step is to draw a ray that starts at point D and goes through point J. Now, if you check your angle, you will see that it is the same exact angle as the angle you are trying to copy.
To copy a line segment, take any straight edge and place it on your paper and create a line. Next, label your line's endpoints. I labeled mine point A and point B. This will be the line that you will be copying. Next, place your straight edge below this line and create another longer line beneath it. After you've created this line, take your straight edge and align it with point A. Create a point beneath it that corresponds with the point above. I labeled mine point C. Next, you will take your compass. Stretch your compass the distance from point A to point B. Place the sharp end of the compass on point A and slightly rotate your paper, creating a very minor arc across point B. Now you will do the same with point C below. This point of intersection that you've created below will now be called point D.
How to bisect a line segment. First, you draw the line segment you want to bisect. I labeled mine with points A and B. Then, with your compass centered at point A, you will draw two arcs that are more than halfway to point B, above and below line segment AB. Then, using the same radius as before, you will draw two arcs centered at point B, intersecting the previous arcs. Lastly, you will draw a line through the points where the arcs intersected. The line that intersects line segment AB has created a right angle, and the line segments on either side of the line are now congruent.
To inscribe a triangle, take your compass and place it on your paper. Slowly rotate your paper to create a 360-degree circle. This circle can be any shape. Next, take your pencil and mark the center of the circle. I labeled the center of my circle point O. Once you've done this step, take your straight edge or protractor and align it up with the center circle, center mark. Create a line that runs through the center point and touches each endpoint of the circle. This is your diameter. Once you've created your diameter, label both endpoints. Above, I labeled mine point B and below point A. Next, take your compass and stretch it the length from point A to point O, or from point B to point O. Once you've done this, place your compass on point A and create a semicircle. Once you've created your semicircle, locate and label the points where this circle intersects with your first drawn circle. These new points on my drawing will be labeled point C and point D. After you have labeled both points of intersection, take your straight edge and draw a line that touches from point C to point D. Once you have created this straight line, you will draw another line on top of it from point B to point D and from point B to point C. Or in other words, from both of those endpoints to the point B above. This will create a triangle. Once you have created your triangle, you are complete with inscribing your polygon.
How to inscribe a regular hexagon. First, draw a circle. Remember the radius. Then pick a point on the circle and name it B. With the same radius, draw an arc that intersects the circle from point B. A new point is now created by where the new arc meets the circle. Using the new point as the center and with the same radius, make another arc on the circle. Continue making arcs around the circle until you have 6 points. Then draw a line from point to point, and now those points are the vertices of the regular hexagon.